name is Arlie and this is Arlie Tarot, and if you're here it's because you want to see what's going on with your shadow work and your triggers at the moment. This a little bit of an intro kind of thing. This reading came to me when I was like driving home, but it started with this artwork that I'm going to leave the link to on the description because it's from Instagram and I want to give that person credit. This is not the original artist, but I did put them on there. Anyways, it started with this and it just spoke to me in the sense of we need our shadows. And then that kind of lingered in my mind, right? And then driving home early this morning, I was like, it just came to me, this whole reading of like, why do we need our shadows and what are we supposed to be learning from them right now? And it feels like collectively there's a lot of us going through a lot of what is like attunement within our beings, and we are learning to accept ourselves, all part of us, including, you know, the shadows. There's no good or bad, but you know what I mean. It's the integration just feels, even though it's hard, it feels like rapid. Does that make sense? It'll make sense to whoever needs to, right? So yeah, collectively it's kind of like that. What I'm the collective that's coming through. I'm sorry, I just all of a sudden I can't speak. It's really interesting. But I do want to dig a little deeper, and I divided it into piles, even though I could have done like a whole reading, because I feel like different parts of this collective are dealing with different things, which is why I divided it into piles. So yeah, pile one, you have the option of, this is peacock ore, very beautiful stone. Pile two, you have a skull. And pile three, you have clear quartz. So yeah, I'm gonna start with pile one and let's look into this. I hope I can speak better because that was crazy all of a sudden. Well, we are still in Mercury retrograde, so it would make sense that I can't speak. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Part of it anyways. We're here on Mercury retrograde until the 15th. But I think that's part of the energy as well, as far as like not being able to like maybe completely express what you're going through, but maybe if you hear it from me and like how I'm going to explain it, it'll like click, you know what I mean? All right, introduction over. Let's start with pile one. I feel like I need a little something to like cleanse the energy a little bit, so I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna be using the little bowl today. I couldn't speak and now I can't stop speaking. All right, hello, pile one. This is going to be your reading if you chose the peacock ore. Welcome. Let's see what your shadows and your triggers are trying to teach you. What kind of lessons they have going on for you. So these are your oracle cards. I'm leaving this for last and I'm going to leave it right here next to me. And then I don't know if you saw the intro, but in the intro I said that I had to divide this energy into piles because I feel like different parts of this collective are dealing with different things. So I pulled two of the soul lesson cards for each pile, and then this is basically kind of a blueprint of what it feels like you're working through. If these two do not resonate with you right now, I would advise that you check the other piles. These two lessons have to be something that's prominent, very much in the forefront for you right now. Okay, I just saw 444. That might be significant for some of you. And in general, I haven't looked at this yet, but they really want me to tell you that you are safe, this experience that you're going through, you're going to rise from it. You're setting a new foundation. Maybe you have had a tower moment very recently. The tower is leading to you having to rebuild, but now you're doing it in a different way. You're doing it, I'm hearing, in a healthy way. Take that as it resonates, because obviously that's going to be different things for different people, right? But yeah, it feels like whatever happened here, it was meant to disrupt a certain pattern or something like that in your life. And now you are not only able to see it for what it is, but also be able to do better because of it. All right. Pride, interesting. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. And change, okay. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. All right. So if we're starting with pride, that could be the shadow that's coming up for you. You could feel like, again, this has to kind of resonate with you as far as like the ego is coming to the forefront a little bit more sometimes, and you're having to like kind of sit back with yourself a bit and be like, well, I'm not the only one that can do this. Other people can do this too. That's what I'm hearing. And then the other part about change is interesting too, because your triggers could be the amount of change that is happening. Maybe it's very quickly, like I said, tower is what I'm seeing, and we'll get into the tarot now, but what I'm seeing is the tower, but then I'm seeing, it's like you're rolling with the punches very well. You're taking it like a champ is what I'm hearing, even though it might not feel like it. So yeah, let's see what this is about. I can almost see like the other side of this, like pride, right? Well, it is very alchemized here already to be thinking of it like this. I love myself. So that's the pride. That's the way we look at pride in a healthy way, I guess. Again, I don't want to use healthy or unhealthy, because that's not my aim here. I don't want to compare and divide, right? It's more of how do we look at this, not in a neutral way, because you do have to, like I said, see it for what it is, maybe a pattern that you have or something that you want to change, or it's changing. It served you up to a certain point, which is why we honor it. That's why we honor our shadows and our triggers. They've been there to kind of guide us through our journey as well. They have a massive purpose, which is why it's better not to say bad, good, healthy, unhealthy, but those words might come through because, again, it has to be explained simply as well. So, all right, let me go back to my initial thought. I love myself. It's a very healthy way to look at pride when it comes up. Maybe part of your problem is not that you're too prideful, is that you're not prideful enough. There's a need to like, don't humble yourself too much, because like I said, you're moving through these changes effortlessly, Pawan. And they want you to say, those three fell out, so I'm gonna look at them, but they want you to think of yourself just how you're so proud of everyone else because you see yourself in others. Or maybe you don't recognize that that's what you're doing. But when you're very prideful of other people, and you see their worth and you admire them and they inspire you, remember that those qualities are being mirrored back to you. You recognize them because you possess them, right? Oh, that is beautiful. Okay. And again, I need to tell you that the changes are coming, but you're overcoming. All right, let's look at these. Wow, death. Not the tower card, but death is also a big change. Look at that. Do we see the two horses moving? Oh. Okay, so a lot of the death and the rebirth that you've been doing has probably to do with love and the choices that you've made in love, and especially a lot of heart activation, a lot of heart chakra, and a lot of emotional awareness, emotional fulfillment, emotional maturity is what I'm seeing here. And you know what is so interesting? That it comes in a gentle way with the Knight of Cups, but this is where the trigger and the shadow for me is. It's like a dip, which is what I'm saying. Like you're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. But you truly are. It's like you took this initial spark of probably learning how to love yourself a little better and appreciate yourself a lot more. And you let it literally trample over the things and the way that you acted towards yourself as well that did not serve you anymore. The Lovers is interesting because I'm paying attention to the Sun in this card, and then the Sun is so prominent here. Okay, this is so synchronistic because the Lovers and the Devil are literally opposites of each other. And the fact that the Devil's under it, the shadow again, right? Okay. Ooh, I just heard some of you broke like a generational curse, especially if you identify with the divine feminine energy. The feminine energies in your lineage maybe have not, or because of survival, have not had the freedom to choose when it comes to love and relationships. But you have the freedom. You broke those chains. Oof, those chains. And you made that change is what I kind of mixed that together. There's the Sun. Yeah, exactly. I want you to see the kind of like quite literally how these two in itself is also flipped. By the way, also major arcanas. I mean, talk about divinely guided and like literally you following through with what you decided you were going to do with this energy is what this is telling me. This story is very beautiful because now, like I said, the Sun and the Sun, and now it feels like the shadow is here and the shadow is here, and the light is here and the light is here, right? Do we see that? Okay. However, the reason why I didn't just want to say shadow and light and good, bad, is because you see how they're connected to each other. It's a symbiotic relationship. There cannot be one without the other. Very much like you. There cannot be healthy sides of your emotional body, for example, the emotional things that you're working through without the shadow being there. It kind of gives you a different appreciation for the things that you've had to overcome when it comes to this. It's not even overcome them. You've had to just recognize them. And it's like then the opportunity comes in for you to integrate it and you ace it. Like you literally, wow. I don't know how else to phrase that. Yeah, okay. We go from the defeated, look at that. Look at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we go from the 2 5s, but look at another Knight. That's great. And another 5. Wow. 5s are about changes. So yeah, I'm seeing that there was change here when it comes to, like I said, relationships in general. This is not just romantic. It could just be other aspects, but it could also be romantic. Like I said, if you identify with the divine feminine, it feels like the feminines in your lineage and your, or maybe you in past lives never had this freedom to choose. And you kind of were, I don't want to say stuck, but you were, but it is stuck. Yeah. You were stuck in having to stick to the things that were not really, first of all, not serving you, but also in general, just not good for you. But in this lifetime, you said, no, we're changing that. And if this is not about lifetimes, okay, I'm seeing so many degrees of this. So bear with me because it's a general reading. So for some of you, it feels like even in this life, you've had these patterns that you've now recognized and alchemized. For others of you, it feels like it's been like a life, it's been lifetimes that you've had to like eventually, integrate this lesson. And for others of you, it feels like you're doing it not just for yourself, past selves, past lives, or this lifetime. You're doing it for generations as well. That is very deep. And for some of you, it's all of the above, right? It's you in past lives, generational, and you in this lifetime, which is insane. If that's you, wow. And I'm seeing the pride completely different now. This is what you need to be doing. You need to be proud of yourself. You've made really big changes. Changes with the death card, and then it being literally brought forward in the sense of this is because you, the happiest card in the deck is here, Pawan. I almost said a name. No name though, like no name came to my mind, but I wanted to say someone's name. Do you know what I mean? Let me know if you felt like I was gonna say your name just now, because that was so weird. Okay, no name came to mind again, but before I said Pawan, I was like, whose name? No name. Okay. You see the 3 horses movement, yeah, change. And then even the cards that are the challenges, they're in the change number, in the pivotal time, and the time. This is when we flip the page, and then we have the 6 of Cups, which is literally about reciprocity, past lives as well, past soulmates as well, past life soulmates. And then we go from the 5 of Swords, we flip the page, which is what you did. It's what you did, okay? And boom, here we are in the 6 of Swords, which is, well, not so much boom, but it's more of, okay, you're going with the flow, and you're going to a better flow. You're letting the flow take you to a better place is really what I want to say there. All right. I feel like I want to get one card to kind of tie these 2 energies in, just to see what comes up. A new beginning. New beginning, and for a lot of you, it is about love. Oh, wow. Wow. That is really beautiful, Pawan. Once again, you deserve this. And okay. You deserve it, and you'll be able to recognize it, Pawan, for what it is, because you already know what it's not. You've lived through a lot of what's not the 2 of Cups moment. You lived through a lot of what's not the Lovers. You've lived through a lot of what is not the Sun, and what feels like the Sun and an Ace of Pentacles. So trust yourself that you'll be able to recognize, first of all, as well, yourself and someone else, because this is very, very much equal, very much soul recognition kind of vibes, right? And it's also, it's coming in, because now if I tie it into this is coming in as an offer. And this I also have to say, this person, you'll recognize who this is as well, because they'll be very, very patient. When I tell you, like, gracefully patient with you, because they know what you've been through, or this is going to be spoken about. Does that make sense? Yeah, you've done a lot of this. This takes a lot of guts. This is not easy to do. It is not easy to have an 8 of Cups, right? Which it's fulfillment, but it's not fully there, you know? You're not at the 9, you're not at the 10. You feel like something's lacking, something's missing. And you know that it's out there. So you know, you go your merry way. You go find it. This takes a lot of strength to get here. But you don't settle, is what I'm trying to say. Which, for some of you, this is literally maybe what you've done, or kind of a pattern that you see in your life, or a pattern that you see again in the feminines in your I keep wanting to say DNA for some reason, but it's your lineage, like in your family. Yeah, no more settling. You've learned that lesson. Look at that, the moon over here too. Okay, let's get into your oracles. I want to leave your cards out for some reason. I feel like I'm going to be drawn back to something about them, so I'm keeping them out, okay? Let's see what the moon... That is fucking insane, Pawan. I'm sorry I'm screaming at you now. This is fucking crazy. You know what? I was going to say pride makes me think of a lion, Leo. Here it is. I thought you were going to get the strength card and then I was going to tie it in for you, but you didn't. But here it is. Here it is. Confidence is the key to success. Yes. You've done enough humbling. I can't believe that I was even talking about that in the beginning. It is not about being humble. It's about being prideful. It's time to be prideful. Believe in yourself. You've made so much progress here. So much progress. And whether it's tangible and like physically there that you can see it, it doesn't matter if you can't, but I think you can. I think you can, because this is in the 3D. This is here, right? So the changes that you've made in areas of your life that are, maybe they weren't as tangible because they were emotional and mental, they're anchoring into the reality. And now it's time to be proud of yourself for how far you've come here. Wow. Air Spirit. Knowledge. The first card in this deck. Wow. This is the Sacred Forest. Oh, this takes me to that six of swords, and it's even air energy too, which is beautiful. Yeah, you move into calmer waters. You're so guided. Do you see that? You've gained so much knowledge and so much understanding of yourself and others as well, that it's, like I said, it's hard not to want to gas you up, because you should be gassing yourself up. Like, quite literally, this is beautiful. So accomplished. This is also air energy, because this is Gemini, by the way. Also Leo. The sun could be Leo as well. This is definitely Capricorn. I don't know why I'm guided to talk about the signs, but, and this is Scorpio energy. Pluto energy as well. Okay. Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. Keep doing this. I think you already do this, Pawan, but obviously you can never have more, you know, you can never have enough of that. And no limitations. Okay. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. Wow. I think there is. Look at you. You are definitely a celestial being. There's something about rising above it as well. It's kind of like, now that you understand and you have a very deep understanding of yourself, it's easier to like also kind of see where other people are at when it comes to the things that you have been working through. So that's where that knowledge comes in, which is why you're able to, like, first of all, keep your stillness and be able to like zoom out a little bit, right? Be above it and kind of address it differently. That's where growth shows up. Cheetah. Ooh. This is the first fire energy we have here. This is really interesting. I'm going to read about that for you. Look at that. It kind of looks like the background looks to me like a pulse, like something coming forward. Also the sun, it looks like the sun as well. And it looks like the Ace of Pentacles as well. It's like literally all in your energy. Let's look at the cheetah. I don't think I've ever drawn this card, to be quite honest, which is so weird. All right. Here it is. If you want to pause and read this. So it says, solar force. Okay. Action, achievement, masculine energy. Interesting. Because I kept picking up on feminine energy, but masculine energy is different. It's interesting that it's here. Okay. The cheetah is I don't know how to say that word, of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outwards to brighten the universe. Wow. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to the remarkable achievements. Okay. That could be about you, because you look at you with two very prideful, beautiful cat energy. Maybe the things that you've been through are things that you're going to be sharing to an audience, and you have a lot to teach, and you have a lot of, what is it? A lot of, what did they say here? Yeah, your energy is palpable, and like people gravitate towards it. All right. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward movement. If you're lacking in those areas, connect to the why before you start running. Interesting. When in balance, achieves anything, boundless energy, limitless. Yeah, no limitations. When out of balance, impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect to purpose. Okay. Maybe for some of you here, I'm getting that maybe a love story in your life is so purposeful that it's going to have, it's going to teach you a lot, and therefore you speaking about it is going to teach others. Interesting. Okay. For others of you in general, you're quite literally your journey in this life could be, or definitely will be, lessons that you pass on. Take that as it resonates, maybe onto children, or like your own children, or just like that said, to an audience as well. You're going to touch lives in whatever capacity there is, okay, here, or you feel like it resonates with you, whatever capacity you will be, which is why you need this, the confidence and the pride. I got it. You will be touching other people's lives, right? You will be someone that with their story carries wisdom that other people can integrate just by you telling the story. You know how sometimes we go through things in life where if we don't really go through them, we don't know what it feels like. But there's other stuff that people can resonate with just by hearing a story. That's what you're doing as well. Wow, that is really beautiful. That is very powerful. That's literally how we used to live, by the way. We used to tell stories to each other and learn from that. And, you know, sit around a fire, talk about, you know, give each other information, right? Something like that. There's something like that in your energy. And quite literally, you might be a storyteller yourself, or a writer to some capacity here and there. I heard poet for sure, so that could be for someone. All right. I hope that resonated, pal, too. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you and letting me tap into your energy. I wish you the best with all these triggers, lessons, and shadows coming up. I think, again, I am not worried about you. You're acing through it. So, yeah, thank you so much. And I'll see you in other readings. You guys have a good one. Hi, part 2. So if you guys picked the skull, this is going to be your reading. I'm gonna just get this little guy over here. All right. So if you missed the intro, we're going to be looking into what your shadows and your triggers at this time are trying to teach you, what kind of lesson they're trying to get to you. I have some oracle cards. I'm gonna leave them on the side for right now, and then we are going to start with two soul lessons. So if these two lessons should be, sorry, these two lessons should be what the triggers and the shadow work is about at the moment. So if these two don't resonate with you as something that you might be going through, are about to start going through, or you feel like it's in your energy, I would advise that you pick another pile, because these two kind of have to resonate, because they will set the tone for the entire reading, okay? And then I'm going to use tarot after that to kind of dive into these, and then we'll move on to your oracles, okay? Fear. This is so general, like obviously anybody can like literally resonate with this. I don't know why I feel like saying that, but it's the truth. Okay, fears. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. All right. Second, freedom. Look at that. What a contrast. Okay, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. What a contrast here. You know what? It feels like you're going through an internal struggle here. I'm seeing the 5 of Wands, and for some reason the 7 of Wands as well. Like, but that's happening like internally with you. Like you've been having to stand up to yourself, for yourself in a way. Bear with me, this is what I'm getting, okay? When it comes to certain things, certain fears that come up, you really are trying to like, it's almost like, okay, all right, I see you kind of doing this, and if you're not doing it, this is a really good way to get away from this trigger here of like fear. Keep asking yourself questions. It's like, okay, you know, you all of a sudden get really anxious about, I don't know, having to go to do groceries, for example. That could make you anxious. I understand. But you kind of debunk, and like maybe you're doing this with yourself. You're like, okay, but why do I feel that way? Oh, because it'll be overwhelming. There's a lot of people. And then you ask yourself, well, why don't we go on Tuesday? Or I could wear headphones, or maybe I go at a time where it's not as crowded. When would that be? You know, like you're working yourself through it instead of, right? Instead of just sitting with the anxiety of, oh my God, I have to go do groceries tomorrow or something like that. That's very specific, but that could be for someone. But maybe it's just like my example, right? The freedom. It's like you're coaching yourself through the things that come up, and you're not letting yourself like close up around the things that are making you anxious, sad, annoyed, angry. You're letting it be expressed, but also in a very healthy way, because that's what this imagery is telling me. It's like you're not keeping it, you're just opening it up to it, and you're finding the freedom through that. Wow. The whole thing about I have free will is really interesting. Part of this could have to be with you feeling like the universe kind of takes you on wild rides when it comes to like the shadow work stuff, right? And you're like, no, God damn it, I know I have free will. I don't know, something about that. Very interesting. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say. Hopefully this develops a little bit more here for me. Ooh. I'm not sure if I'm keeping it. Hold on. I don't know. No, I'm not. But this is interesting. Not interesting, haha, interesting. Makes me kind of nervous. That was like a nervous laughter. Oh, okay. A lot of heart activation happening. Like a lot of the things that you're processing it's around the heart area, meaning like self-love, love in general, kind of self-acceptance. Yeah, there's the self is very important. Maybe you need to practice like deep breathing and just like put your hands on your heart and kind of center in that way. I don't want to say ground for some reason. I want to, yeah, okay. So it is the heart. Okay. First I got the sword, stabby, stabby. But now we have a very good depiction of what I was picking up on. There's a lot of sorrow, or there is you mourning something. You might be mourning something, or maybe someone, a connection. And it doesn't have to be a death. You know, it could be like, well, the end of a connection, or the end of like someone being in your life. Or it could be, for some of you, it could be a death as well. In general, I feel like saying my condolences. It feels very heavy. Wow, it is heavy. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I just got emotional. The divine is saying here, and I think you know this, Pao too. You definitely know this. But there's a need to not stay where this is what it feels like to be there, right? If this is a connection and it just constantly feels like every effort is futile because nothing ever comes to fruition from the things that you do give, or what you're receiving is not even what you need or what you deserve in general, it's time to move away from that. And you're capable of it. You have the, again, if what you're trying to get is freedom from this energy, they're saying there's an opportunity for it. Yeah, look at that. There is an opportunity for it. However, we circle back to the free will, but there needs to be, you need to make a choice as well. And if you've made the choice, now it's time to trust that things are going to start aligning towards that. And when I tell you, this is really interesting, because fear and the Five of Cups, this is literally this, basically. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So you are testing your resolve to live in the energy of love, and you're realizing that you're not going to be able to do it here, in this place, with this person. And if this is within you, in this kind of energy, you need to kind of hone into this power that you have. There might be a very, very intense heart activation going on for you, Patu. And I just heard it, so I'm going to say it for some of you. And I don't even know if you're watching for someone else, but for some of you, this is about someone that you're connected to. And if that's what you've been, the triggers have been about this person's going through this at the moment. You might be sensing it. Wow. Yeah. When I tell you this energy, it was heavy because I looked at that card, and then more, if I just stare at it, I could literally start crying, okay? And it makes sense. It makes sense. This is happening during Sagittarius. Oh, look at that. This is happening during Sagittarius season, because we are in Sagittarius, and this is Temperance. So yeah, these two cups, this person or you, there's the potential. There is. You have everything that you need to work on this, to heal this, to integrate it as a lesson and admire it for what it is, what it was. And therefore be able to it's like, because of this, you're able to make the informed choice that eventually is coming up here. And again, if it's not about you, this is your person, because of the things that they've been through, because they realize what they don't deserve. is that now they have the knowledge to choose correctly, or yeah. And they'll be guided towards choosing correctly as well. Yes, that's what that is. Okay. I just love how there's a river here, and then we have the people in the water literally going towards calmer things, and then we have this, and then there's that water there too. It's like expecting this to come in. Yeah. Oh, so divinely protected here. Yeah, there is nothing to fear. Okay. If anything, whenever fear comes up, again, look at it this way, or start asking the questions, right? Of, okay, why do I feel that way? And then eventually kind of the big, you know, monster scary thing becomes kind of a, oh, it's just this. I can kind of work around it. I can fix that. Wow. When you gain a little bit of freedom here, a little bit of leeway, when this kind of, I guess after Sagittarius season, maybe there's going to be a little bit more of the energy of the Six of Swords, where it's like you're slowly doing a little better, especially in the mental state of things, right? Still kind of going through your experiences with a fine-tooth comb is what this energy of the Hermit feels like. It feels like you really, not just hermiting, like keeping to yourself. You could be keeping to yourself in a sense of like your mental capacity. Yeah, in the mental state, you really are going through and organizing things. So this is Virgo energy. So now I'm seeing like there's a need to like, what is it? I'm seeing like a Rolodex of things that needs to be organized. Like everything feels like, and then even the source, like, yeah, you're going through in your mind, in the mind space, you're going through and deciphering the things and organizing the things that you've learned. This is really interesting. Because first of all, they needed to be felt, and then they needed to be understood. That's what it is. Understood. Okay. Every time I can't get a something out, once I get it out, I burp, which is really interesting. That's happened to me twice already. Communication might be significant here. The blue makes sense. Yeah, communication might be significant. Either you could, there it is. Oh wow, I can't make that up. Look, the 7 of Wands. Interesting. There's that you standing up for yourself to yourself. Yeah, that makes sense. With the abandonment thing, yeah. Because look at those 2 5s that you got. Very, very sad 5s. One of the saddest 5s in the deck, honestly. Heavy energy. Tough things to get through. And there you are standing up for what you want to have, what you're passionate about. I'm being called to the wand that they're holding and the one that the Hermit is holding. It's like now that you have the knowledge, you know where to put it, like in the sense of you know how to make it practical in the 3D is what this is telling me. Because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving one. So this has been like a long time coming kind of thing. But it is a knight that takes every step very carefully, right? That's kind of why the Hermit should be here probably. Because this is earth energy, so that would make sense. So yeah, you're using the Hermit energy along with that air energy to understand everything very, very clearly. It's like making more informed choices is what this is kind of telling me there. Because then that choice is coming up. What is that about? It's like within a choice. For some of you, it's a pivotal point to make a choice, but also, mind you, the wand. But also for some others of you, it's a point where you're receiving. You know that you're receiving something. Or the fact that you have two options as well is so beautiful. Ah! One of those options is the option, and it's gonna be shown to you so clearly, and it's gonna be clear again because you know what it's not supposed to feel like. Thanks to your triggers, thanks to the fears, thanks to the shadows that come up. And the fact that freedom is here, it's like you have the freedom to choose. And you will choose correctly, pal, too. You will choose correctly. It's like undeniable. It's so like in your face, divine kind of thing that it's not, you cannot even make a wrong choice is really what I want to say here. Honestly, do we ever make wrong choices? Probably not, right? Because it's either you win or you learn. There's no losing ever. So that could be a phrase that someone said. Oh, look at that. It literally flipped out of the deck too. You know what? You have learned time and time again. You've tempered the energy. Tempering meaning you've alchemized the energy of not settling for things that are not for you. Also, you've had a moment in your life maybe, or this could be about this other person now, okay, where they clearly, just like you're about to, they clearly had a divine choice to make and they chose not to, which is why they ended up here. But again, like I just said, it's interesting that this card came out after I said you don't make wrong choices ever. You either you win or you learn. So, you know, for some of you, look at that. Flipped again. For some of you, you've won, and for some of you, you've learned a lot. And that's okay. And it could be both at the same time. This is the not settling card. You could be connected to Pile 1. Or Pile 1 could be connected to you. I don't know. Pile 1 could be you. And then this pile is your person for some of you. You'll take that as it resonates, okay? I like this. This is what tempering these energies gets you. It gets you to the point of knowing your worth and seeing clearly what is really meant for you and what you're meant to be pursuing. Yes. All right. Look at those. Interesting. Not the devil. Okay. I want to see, let's see if anything else flips, honestly. It's kind of like how I want to live it. Oh my God, I can't speak now again. I want to kind of just see what flips out for you, if anything else needs to. Oh, there it is. Okay, one more. All those cups. Wow, my gosh, Paltu. Are you working on a lot of emotional maturity, like emotional fulfillment is what you're kind of working through at the moment. Yeah. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Yeah, you're learning. I said yeah again. Oh my God. You're learning that things should be certain unions and certain choices that you're making here, or the things that you're slowly being guided towards, are meant to be fruitful, celebratory. They're meant to be equal give and take. They're meant to be everything in your life that you give or others are giving is very reciprocated. It feels very nice. It feels like you're finding community, or if it's you and another person, because now it's 3 people and 3 people. It feels like community, very authentic beings around you, authentic people, authentic connections as well. Authenticity is a big word that keeps coming up. So authenticity could be something that you've been seeking, you've been not, you haven't been settling for anything but authentic connections as well. Take that as it resonates. Okay. Probably especially because you know that if you, you know, settling never got anybody anything. Well, maybe it got them lessons, but it didn't get them much after. Ooh, okay. You guys are definitely connected to power one. Okay. I don't want to say everybody, because if you are dealing with like a divine counterpart, a lover, like, you know, romantic connection, or yeah, it feels romantic, then you could be connected to power one. Okay. Like power one could be you or them, and power two could be you or them, kind of thing. Yeah, there's that choice again. And I love that your cards are flipping. I love that. Okay. Do I want one more? Ooh, I think I do. There it is. I love that. Baby Empress here. Nine of Pentacles. I love this for you. So fruitful, so like you're just doing good. You're in your lane. It's like you're reaping what you've sown. And like I said, if it feels like for a while you have been seeking the reciprocity and the authenticity in others that you present, you're about to see it. It's going to be so clearly in your energy. Maybe the person that you're meeting, or, you know, the person that is coming into your life, it's going to be like a soul recognition. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, look at this. Probably a soulmate. And we have many soulmates, okay? Not just romantic ones, but it feels very romantic for this pile. All right, let's see what your oracles have to say. Time for healing. You've been doing that. You've been taking your time with the healing and the alchemization and the tempering of things, the understanding of things. They're saying keep taking your time. There's no rush. I don't think you're rushing it anyways. But just know that, like, moving forward, quite literally moving forward, there's a lot of beauty entering your life. And a lot of what you've given is gonna, like, tenfold, right? It's gonna be received. Wow, Dragonfly change. Power one got changed, which is why I'm saying, yeah. There's a stillness in a, what is it that this feels like? This temperance feels like it's happening in here. I've never noticed that there's a little fairy up here. It's almost like a little surprise I just got. So there could be a lot of signs and synchronicities around you. The number 12 could be very significant. 3 as well. 3 makes me think Holy Trinity kind of thing. Like your higher self and the divine. Yeah, there's something there. Even here, you see how there's 3 as well. A lot of this change is happening in a very synchronistic way as well. Dragonflies could also be very significant for you, or they're going to be moving forward after this reading to kind of give you little hints here and there. Dragonflies are interesting because they start off in water, then they fly, but they also can be on land. So there's a lot of energies being like blended together here, which is really beautiful. And I see it because you have water, you have fire, and you have earth as well here. Everything is trying to really, again, that Temperance energy is like all over your reading, because everything is very, even here, like I tell you, like there was contrast, and that's what you want. You want contrast. You want, yeah, because you want things to be even. Yeah, look at that. You got scales as well. This could also be that the changes that are happening, you see how they trickle into different parts of your life. Even if you're working through romantic relationships, you also see how the work that you do there with those things that come up also trickle into other aspects of your life. And it doesn't have to be relationships. Maybe the romantic relationship things that you work on have to do with self-worth, and that leads you back to like your job, and that leads you back to like your purpose. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like never ending. I like, because there's like a waterfall here. It's like it's never ending. Like the road to you being yourself and to being like authentically and in connections with others as well, or just how you present in your life or how your life is going, it's never ending. You feel that, and that is not something that you fear. It's something that you feel and understand, or are trying to, or have been understanding. Wow, I just channeled a little of that. I don't even know what I just said. Okay. Ooh, if you need to, I don't think you need to, but I think you've done a lot of this already. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in the present moment. I think this is what this card was telling me, because the imagery makes me very calm, but it's the fact that it's change. They're saying, well, surrender to the change. Let it happen. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Look at this, fruition. Rest. This is why you need to surrender, because rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. That rhymes. That's really interesting. Yeah, surrender. For some of you, you got to surrender the outcome of things. For others of you, just surrender in general. Go with the flow, because you've been doing it, but now they want you to do it more openly, right? Freedom, surrender. Oh, okay. All right. And then you got a little firefly. Oh my goodness, they're all over here too. That's crazy. Look at that. Oh. This card also makes me emotional now for some reason. Let's read about the firefly. I just think it's so tiny but mighty, right? This is like this energy. You've gotten little sparks of things and you're piecing it together, and you do it so beautifully. Everything that you touch kind of like lightens up, right? Also like the light and the shadow. Maybe the spark it's like information for you, or understanding something sometimes is enough for you to alchemize it. And that is magical. Okay, I want you to know that is magic. Okay, that doesn't happen to everybody. Not everyone can like understand a concept or something that they're going through, and that's enough for them to like change it. That's not easy to do, part two. So if you're doing that and that comes easy to you, props. All right, so if you guys want to read it, let me just give you a little bit of a chance to see everything there, and I'm gonna read it too, so no worries. All right. Inspired and fantastic, yet fleeting. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. That could be this, that Ace of Wands moment. There's a firefly energy behind every poem, song, and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. Wow. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? When in balance, writes, creates, and brainstorms. That's what the Hermit felt like, brainstorming. When out of balance, burnt out, and feels dull. To bring into balance, write a poem or draw. Okay, so maybe a lot of you, how you kind of don't shy away from your creativity and your process of that's what it was. The process of creating for you could be very illuminating. Like, it's not about the outcome of it, it's the process of it that's where you find a lot of answers. Interesting. Okay. Some of you could be someone that journals a lot. Others of you are quite literally writers, or you could do it through like you talk yourself through things like it by recording yourself, and you share this with other people, or you don't share it. But there's something about your process that leads you to answers. It's not even about, because you don't start the like drawing with, let's say, this energy feels, or your energy feels, like you don't start just drawing with an end concept in your head. It's more of like you just start and let it flow and become something. That kind of process, I feel like you apply it to a lot of things in your life, and maybe you don't recognize it, but I'm telling you, like it's like a magical thing that you possess. Not everyone can do that. And take that as it resonates. All right. Wow. Thank you so much, Bautu, for letting me read for you and letting me tap into your energy. I also want to thank your spirit guides for delivering these messages so clearly, and mainly yourself and your higher self were the ones involved here. Is what I feel like. Your person was here too. Like I said, if that kind of applies to you. But that was very interesting. Very beautiful. I love these readings so far. All right. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you in other readings. Have a good one, guys. Hi, pile 3. I'm just gonna drink some water. Maybe you also need to drink some water. Whew. All right, let's get it started. If you guys chose the clear quartz point, this is going to be your reading. I'll leave your little stone over here. All right. So, since we are looking, I'm just going to put the oracles on the side, okay? Since we are looking into triggers and fears and shadows that are coming up, and that's very general, right? I also chose to guide the reading with 2 of the soul lessons. So if these 2 soul lessons are not something that kind of, what's the word? I'm sorry, I lost it. It doesn't resonate with you at the moment of something that you are going through, or you feel like, oh, I'm about to go through that. That resonates with me kind of thing. Pick another pile, because this might not be for you. I really want these 2 need to resonate, right? For it, everything else to kind of make sense. But also, if you just want to watch, you can watch. So yeah, we're going to do these 2. Then we're going to clarify with tarot, kind of develop the story, right? Dig it a little bit deeper. And then use your oracles as advice, okay? So let's see. Ooh, acceptance. I love this one. Okay, I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Oof. Especially when it comes to the self, is what this feels like. And because of all the purple, it's making me think like, ooh, like third eye energy, in the sense of you might be perceiving things a little bit different than they are, which is why they're calling the need in to accept things as how they are and let them develop themselves into what they need to be. Kind of like, what is that about? Okay, we'll get into that. I'm not sure what that is about. Oh, okay. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. Okay. There might be a little bit of your perception of, like I said, yeah, it's the self-perception that keeps coming up to me. Loneliness it's a big trigger there. I get that. I understand. Okay, because we have the world here, kind of makes sense too. You might feel like you are very lonely in the way that you see things, not just in your life, as it pertains to like your journey, but in the way that you see the world, and the way that you see spirituality as well. Because I got very spiritual just with this card for some reason. Just by the color of it, I was like, whoa, whoa. For some reason, it was like crown chakra, third eye, I don't know, intuition in general. And your guys are saying you're not alone. If anything, the triggers that are coming up, or the shadow that's coming up of loneliness, is here to bring up just how not alone you are, right? The fact that this deck is matching your energy is really interesting to me. Okay, pile 3. I'm gonna dig a little deeper into this, because for some reason with other piles I was able to get it right away from these, but I'm not here, so that's okay. Oh, that's part of your energy. Okay. Very woo-woo. It's very out there. Your concepts are very out there. I love that, though. I love that. I feel like this is going to be a lot of channeling for some reason. I feel called to close my eyes, and my eyes are closed at the moment. But that you could feel like, even the way that you interpret things, signs, synchronicities in your life, is so different from what you see around, or you hear people, or you see people, and or the communities that you're part of. They don't see in the same way that you do. And you might feel that triggers that loneliness side of things. And the divine is saying, it's not that they don't see it the way that you see it, or that you are, so out there different from others. It's everything in due time. There's something about divine timing, which is why you're needing to work on acceptance of what is. Wow. Yeah. It's hard to do, though, when you're in this position. Okay. You need to ground, pile 3. You're very up in the ethers, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. However, it's becoming shadowy. Being too in the spiritual side of things is quite literally ungrounding you from this world, which is probably what makes you feel lonely, because you're not alone, and you know that you're not alone, but there's that feeling, and the feeling doesn't go away, and the pit of like despair doesn't go away. They're saying you need to ground. Mother Earth alone is here with you as well. If you have no one that you resonate with in your entire, in your life at the moment, that's okay, right? No one sees you eye to eye, per se, right? However, you're not alone. You know that you're not, but you feel like you are. They're saying you need to ground, be more in nature if you need to. You might want to go for a drive. That could be enough for you to like see scenery, and it's not that you don't go outside. It's not that you don't go for drives. It's not none of that. It's that you need a lot more of it, okay? You wanna gain a little bit more perspective. I want to show you the bottom of the deck too. You want to get in a little bit more perspective than just what you see here. For some reason today, I'm seeing behind the curtain, and I usually don't, okay? Honestly, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Usually I feel like this curtain is all over this. It's never like, there's not a sliver ever for me. I don't know why. This is the first time I'm noticing it. And quite literally, that could be what I was picking up on, of you see things very differently. You pick up on different things that other people pick up on. This is definitely your energy, and wow. You are super perceptive. But the way that you are perceiving things could be a little bit biased and not to your benefit, is what I'm getting. I was almost going to apologize if that was triggering, but this is the whole fucking point of the video, right? I don't know why I'm cursing at you, but I did. It's not at you. It's just cursing. But it's the whole point of the video. So, I mean, this kind of triggers me too, because I feel like, anyways. But yeah, you need, you know, the the reason why the King of Pentacles is significant, because you see how they're all in blue. Like I said, it's very ether kind of like, and they are just surrounded, and like they're part of the earth, and they're part of like, yeah, everything is blooming around them, and they're one with nature. That's what you're being called to do. This is how you balance these energies, okay? This is how you understand this and kind of not suffer in it. Don't suffer in silence about this anymore. You are not alone. Quite frankly, you are very supported. You have energy and like guides and a lot of synchronicities around you, guiding you towards what you need to be doing anyways. There's a need. I just heard balance expectations with that Queen of Cups is, oh my God. The bottom of the deck again? You're kidding. You're kidding me right now. Look at this. That is interesting. Okay. It's time to balance the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within you. Take that as it resonates, okay? I don't want to just adhere to labels when it comes to that. Also, it's in a more practical way, because we always say, oh, you got to balance this and that and the other. In a more practical way, this is it, okay? The spiritual, you see how the spiritual surrounding, it's almost like it wants to enclose this energy. And this energy wants to thrive. So within you, the spiritual and the physical are having a little bit of an acceptance problem. It's resulting in you feeling isolated, and like nothing that you want in the 3D is happening. It feels like you're in a little bit of a stasis kind of thing. Or like what you're perceiving as what should be happening, or your future, or where you're headed in your journey, you're not seeing it in the 3D. It's not tangible to you yet. However, it's so real in the ethereal kind of thing out there, right? You sense it, you feel it. It's almost like you lived it in dreams or something like that. It's real. It's tangible to you in a spiritual kind of way, but it hasn't yet translated into the physical. And that's where the divine masculine energy comes in. This is why they want you to ground your ideas, bring them down into the reality. Use your emotional body to do this, okay? The emotional body is going to, like your heart and the things that you're passionate about. A lot of crying. I'm seeing a lot of crying, and that is okay. Let it go. It's like every tear you shed, it gets you closer to like anchoring this in for some reason. Wow, okay. Not easy to do. Not easy to do at all. So possible though. Look at that. What is this? See the mind. You have a very beautiful mind. Your mind is a divine gift. You might not see it that way sometimes. You might feel like you actually are going probably crazy or something. You're not. And you know that you're not, by the way, because once you settle in and understand things, because the Hermit today it's about understanding. It just keeps coming up as understanding things. And yeah, you see the golden opportunity there. You see the guidance is so easy once you allow yourself to go through the process of understanding it. But for you, it could be a little hard because a lot of your process happens in the heart space. So there's like this, a lot of emotion, a lot of sadness, and a lot of feeling like lack in the emotional side of things. It's just trying to teach you that actually you don't lack anything, especially once you go where you're guided. and you continue to stay accepting of the things that you're living at the moment. You're coming to a point here, pile 3, where an opportunity is going to present itself. Remember when I said follow your passions and what you feel emotional about? This is what this feels like. It's a divine gift. It's coming in quick too. Disrupted though. It's gonna be tough. A little tough, but again, you're very tough already. And may I add, the King of Pentacles is wearing armor under here. So it's not like they're, you know, kumbaya, happy-go-lucky. Everything's going to work out for me. I'm all accepting and it's okay. I'm just grounding my energy. No, they're ready as well. They stay ready. So you don't have to worry about this. You're ready for this. In fact, may I just intercept here? The High Priestess wants this. You're tired of waiting, honestly. This is what that feels like too. The waiting feels like more of an isolation thing for you than anything else. You want your, I just heard, it's okay if my life gets like wrecked. It's okay if foundations fall. I want change. You crave change. Well, the opportunity is about to present itself. Look at that. It could be in the form of a truth, but it definitely feels like it's, maybe it's a very passionate truth. Look at these. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I want to get one more for that Ace of Swords. I feel like the picture's not complete. I need something like in between those two for some reason. What is that about? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. That's crazy. When I tell you you've manifested this, you've manifested the shit out of this. The initial thing that drove me to do this reading, I showed it in it's artwork, and I showed it in the intro, but it's also, the link it's in the description as well. And it was literally, the picture shows me as above, so below. That's really what it said to me. But then when I dug a little deeper within me, I was like, oh, we need our shadows. Our shadows are important. And you'll see what I mean if you go look at the picture, okay? But as above, so below, as within, so without. It's like, this is literally you. That's literally you probably say that a lot, or if you don't say it, you understand that wholeheartedly and fully. Do you see how they're in opposite ends as well in the sense of energy-wise? Very bright, very earthy to me, feels like. And actively having all of the... Okay. All right. I see it now. I was like, oh, I need something in between these. I know why. Because you're gaining... You need you need everything to manifest this, to anchor this in. And you're going to get it. You needed the wand and you need the sword. Because you have the cup and you have the pentacle. You already do. So you're sensing right now. Your High Priestess is telling that magician side of you, hey, this is coming in and this is coming in. And now the acceptance part of it is you need to accept the timing of it. Pile 3. But you getting that Tower, at least, you know what's coming in quickly? That Ace of Wands moment is coming in quick. Because the Tower was at the bottom of the deck when I pulled that card. The Ace of Swords, though, interesting. The Ace of Swords. What about the Ace of Swords? Ooh, there needs to be a little bit of more balance and harmony for that Ace of Swords to come in. But it's coming. It doesn't mean it's in your energy already. Yeah, it's in your energy already. Because look at you. You've pulled this into reality, really. That is so beautiful. That is very powerful. You guys are very powerful. But again, there's that acceptance, honestly. It feels like. The acceptance, practicing acceptance might be the thing that brings you the harmony that needs to be here for the table to be set, for all the tools to be laid out. Okay. I wonder what this is about. I mean, it could be so many different things for a lot of you, but I'm not getting like a precise thing. You know, like part 1 and 2, it felt like it was around love, relationships in general. But for you, it might be your entire life. Like a lot of things are changing. And that could be it too, because the Magician having like all of the elements, so it could be around, there's a lot of changes happening around a lot of stuff in your life. Okay. Choice, there's a choice though. I think every pile has gotten the Lovers, which is so interesting. What is Gemini doing right now? Where are we? Where's Gemini at the moment? Gemini is somewhere significant at the moment. I just don't know what placement wise. But look at that. Look that up. That might be significant for some of you. I feel like the Eight of Cups has also been in every reading for some reason. So this choice is an informed choice. And it's a choice that could be a little hard to make. Ooh, definitely hard to make. This choice that you're gonna be presented with might unearth a lot of or some shadows for you, in the sense of do I really have the freedom to do this? Or yeah, the lack of freedom is an illusion. What is it? Oh, what's the word? The constriction, is that even a word? Yeah. You being like held back is an illusion, is what I'm hearing. It's just getting to the point of understanding that it is an illusion. With that Two of Pentacles, is like you're balancing those truths. Anxiety a little bit. The Ace of Pentacles and the Sun, though. Yeah. You're gonna be all right. You're more than all right. If you're okay, I was thinking I was going to say, you know, divine counterparts here is what it feels like. High Priestess, Magician, and these two kind of like they vibe with each other as well. And look at the bottom of the deck again, the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Hangman, the Fool on the Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the bottom of the deck energy here too, because I feel like it is significant. Well, you know, masculine and feminine as well, like we were talking about. Was it this pile or was it pile 2? I'm so sorry. I don't know if I was talking about that in pile 1, sorry, in pile 2 or pile 1, or oh my goodness, in pile 2 or pile 3, but you have everything you need. And know that you also, in the grand scheme of things, have everything you need in every step of the way. And I know we all say this a lot, and it just, but I feel like when I'm telling you you don't, it's kind of about, part of your lessons are integrating the fact that you know certain things to be true, so why don't you accept it to be true for yourself as well, right? Like maybe for you it's very easy to see patterns and recognize how someone's lives, or because you could be a High Priestess, a Magician, you could definitely dabble in tarot or oracle or some kind of energy work, spiritual work, excuse me, burping confirmation. But, and if you don't, that could be in your path, but it could be very easy for you to see it in others, but it could be a little hard for you to see it within your life and within your journey as well. They're saying, it's time to accept that every step of the way you've had everything you've needed as well, part 3. And therefore, if you accept that, it's easier to accept the fact that moving forward, you will also continue to have everything you need. It heals like the past and the future at the same time, and the present. Woof, that was interesting. All right. Let's look at those oracles. I'm curious. I'm always curious, but ooh, work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. I think you do. You have been, and you will continue to do so. And ooh, that Scorpio energy is interesting. So Pluto just went into Aquarius. Scorpio makes me think of the death card as well, that death, rebirth. It makes me think of the Tower as well, which you got. You're working through all of those very harsh energies. And you're doing it so well. Because again, you're always gifted what you need. Not even gifted, you earn it. It's yours. It's always been yours, but it's presented to you. It's like, it's almost like the divine, your spirit guides, your higher self, you yourself, your shadows, your triggers are giving you what you need. And if you see it that way, if you accept that is how things come through for you, especially when it comes to understanding and anchoring things in and manifesting, it's going to be so easy for you to continue to do so. Oh, rainbow waterfall, miracles. Oof. Butterflies could be significant for like a past loved one for you. I'm hearing grandmother, but 31 equals 4, and 4 are about foundations. So new foundations are happening here. Miraculously. That's what I was feeling with the High Priestess when the Tower came out, as far as you want the Tower because you know that towers are miracles. They're literally divine alignment. So you already see things that way. So it's trying to like accept more magic into your life, or see things as more magical, because maybe you see things magical but not fully. It's more, it just stays up in the, oh, you know, that's just my spirituality. But no, they're saying no, the magic is in the real world. It's happening all around you. Oh, I just saw a bunny here too. So the bunnies could be significant, butterflies could be significant. Interesting. All right. Creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of limitless creative soul. Okay. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. Wow. It's time to create. That's what the magician does. It's like it's like you make things out of the things, the hand that you're dealt, you create from it. Powerful. In your energy, Pal 3, I also have to commend you for the fact that nothing goes to waste. The good, the bad, the ugly, it all becomes something in your life or within you. That is beautiful. Wow, blue flame. Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. There's that acceptance and there's that loneliness. This is the cure for that acceptance and that loneliness. Kind of accepting that it's everything you need is truly within you. And the reason why you're about to be seeing it in the 3D is because it comes from within. Like I said, as above, so below, as within, so without, right? And the lizard. I love this one because you see how like I just literally said that what's within you is going to be expressed all around you. It's almost like I see them, right? But almost like they blend into everything around them too, because they are everything around them. Just like everything around them is within them. Does that make sense? It does. It does make sense to me. And also it's fire energy, and I love that. I love it because it means like there's like passion. All right. Let me pause here so you could read just in case. If I don't do this justice, because I've been having issues with like reading and speaking, but all right. Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and a dreamer. Oh, this is literally you. Stop it. This is this energy. Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, and a dreamer. Yes. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Oh my, that is so synchronistic, pile 3. That's literally what we were saying with the High Priestess. As a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken, Ace of Swords, and sees what is yet to manifest, the Queen and King of Pentacles. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. That's that balance thing. And this is mainly like within you. It doesn't feel like it's an external thing happening. It feels like more if you have to hone in this power or learn how to like manifest with it, or manipulate it in a way. All right. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and the big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. Ooh. Well, you got it here too with creation. Okay. Because you are a creator. You're a magician. When in balance, artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When out of balance, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. To bring into balance a creative project. Ooh, you might be soon receiving inspiration to embark on something new, create something new. And they're saying you're going to have all the tools you need. And the foresight is already there anyways. Wow. Very magical. I literally have chills all over me. Wow. I love this for you, pile 3. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I want to thank your spirit guides as well. Your higher self for sure was here. Your beautiful essence and your beautiful energy for letting me read for you today. I hope to see you in other readings. And you guys have a good one.